Hey guys, welcome to Monday's Threads. My name is Monday and I am the founder of the Love It, Sew It, Wear It movement, where I encourage you to sew and wear more of the things that you love. So on today's tutorial, I will be helping you draft out a pattern from a t-shirt. So this is going to be one way of doing it. I'm not saying that it's the only way. If there's other ways that you feel that you can do it, you can go ahead and do that. But I just wanted to show you a simple way that you could actually make a pattern from existing clothes that you have. Once our pattern is drafted, we will go ahead and be making this simple peplum top. Okay, so let's get into the tutorial. So for this top, you will need your usual sewing material. That's pins, scissors, tape measure to measure out yourself, your fabric weights if you have any. If you don't, that's fine. Cutting mat if that's what you're using. In addition, we will need a ruler and a French curve. If you don't have that, that's no problem. Pencil, pen, whatever you need to mark out your pattern. Pattern tracing paper or medical exam paper, which I use. Okay. You will need a fitted t-shirt that fits you well. Okay. So I have my t-shirt there, and fabric. I will be using a Techno Scuba fabric. It feels like a two-way stretch. Doesn't really stretch that much this way, but it does this way. And it is a double knit, I would say medium to heavyweight fabric. That's what you want to use. So that's what I have. Doesn't necessarily have to be scuba. Like I said, it can be a double knit. I wouldn't really suggest this for a woven fabric, but if you will be using a woven fabric, make sure that you account for that on your pattern. But don't think about that because we're not using a woven fabric. So that's about it. Let's get into the tutorial. Okay guys, so at the end of tracing out and making your patterns, these are the pattern pieces that you should have for this top. So you can have a template for your peplum part. Make sure to mark out what measurement this is. So that's what I was writing down here. So my radius is 4 3/4 inches for a waist of 31 inches. So when I cut this out, I don't need to measure anything again. I know that this is my waist measurement. All I need to do is lay it on the fabric instead of going back to the app that I have been referring to. So instead of going back and doing that, I can just take this out and say, okay, this is what my measurement is. So I already cut that out. And then remind yourself that this is the fold part. And I will need to cut out 2 of these to make the full peplum. So I put all those notes there. I also said, just a reminder to myself, to lengthen this, because this is just an outline. This is, I mean, it could be maybe the length of the peplum, but if you want this longer, say you want this to be a skirt, you can definitely lengthen that, but you don't have to worry about this part because you already measured that out. Yeah, but you can go ahead and just decide to lengthen that and make that however long you want that. Okay, so you need your peplum. Remind yourself to cut 2 of those. You need your arm or your sleeve pattern, and I'm just going to put a note there again. This is a sleeve. Remember, this doesn't even look like a sleeve, but if you open it up, it will. So remember to put down fold, just in case for the future you'll be using this again, okay? And I just put an arrow there to show me that this is facing this way. And again, this is just a template. You can make this as big or as small as you want, preferably bigger. And then always remember that there needs to be some seam allowance so that when you sew this down, it doesn't fit too snug. But if that's your look, I mean, go ahead. I mean, we're all about practicing and just trying things out. So there you have that, the sleeve. Then you have the front and the back bodice. Again, just remember to label your pattern. So I have front bodice t-shirt pattern, and I have my fold there, and I have my outlines, and my outline does include seam allowance. Okay, so the fold did not have seam allowance, but the sides, the arms, and the top part of the shoulder, as well as the collar, did. Okay, and then the back part as well, same thing. The only thing that is missing here is the neckband, and that is easy. Just measure out. We can quickly do that. Measure out how much length that is. 6. Let's erase that from there. 6. Okay, so I would measure out a strip of about 11 inches and maybe I'd say 2 inches. So 11 by 2, and that will be our neckband that we can use to finish off the neck. Okay, so that is how you kind of quickly draft your pattern pieces. And so we can go ahead and start cutting out our fabric. Okay, so once you've cut out your pattern pieces, you should have your front and your back bodice. You should have 2 sleeves, the length that you want it to be. So mine should be going about elbow length. Okay. And then you should have your flounce, front and back. Okay, so those are all the fabric pieces that you should have. So once you have those, you can go ahead and pin each pieces together. So pin your sleeves. And once you do that, you can go ahead and sew all those down. Okay guys, so we've come to the end of the tutorial and I hope it was easy enough for you to follow along. Once you've drafted out your pattern and sewn your top, this is what your top should be looking like. Now, this is a great pattern for you to have on file so that you can make various things. Like from the beginning, we drafted this from a t-shirt. So if you wanted to make another t-shirt, you could use that pattern. If you wanted to make a, let's say, t-shirt dress, you could definitely use that. So it does come in handy for various creations that you might like to make in the future. Okay, so like I said, I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. And be sure to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video.